No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, SwampSwimmer, and with me, as always, the Southwest to my Spirit Airlines, Vespasian.
Hey everybody, it's been too long.
It's been a little while. It's been a few days. It's been a minute. We both have busy lives, and guess what? We couldn't get to filming battle reports for a long chunk of time. But
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I wanted to point out something from our last battle report, however long ago it was. I said that I have never been pulled over by airport security for having my army. And guess what? I jinxed myself so hard to and from Toronto, from New York. Both times I got stopped and asked to open up my bag.
Oof. The to and from, that's brutal. I've not had that. I usually get it on the way, I think like every time on the way back for some reason.
I guess it was going over a border, so I guess that makes sense. But both of the times I didn't have like full on open up my bag and like take all the models out. I kind of open up the top and like I have moved, the standard foam trays in a carrying case. And I kind of like pried open the foam cases a little bit, like, hey, look inside, look, this is what it is. And they were all cool with that. So it wasn't that big of a hassle, but
okay.
I definitely had to be stopped. I definitely
got it.
I got too arrogant. I flew too close to the sun. I'm like, oh man, I've never been pulled over. I've never been stopped in the airport.
They heard you. TSA is listening.
Yeah, they are. They're always listening.
Yep.
But anyway, we're here for a battle report. We are moving on to Forest City Fracas 2023. This is in London, Ontario, which is roughly an hour and a half drive from Toronto because I did that drive myself. Wonderful. This is my first international tournament. I'm super stoked to be presenting on this and showing you my games. Whoop-de-doo. Let's go over my list I have for the whole tournament. Well, actually, first my first round matchups for the entire time. We did a list review, the whole thing. I thought I was playing ONG for round one. New ONG, who I still have not played. I get there were some drops, some reshuffling, and now I'm playing Highborn Elves. Probably the army I have played the most in my 9th age career.
There you go. Don't need any.
But the cool thing we'll get to eventually, we did in this tournament, they brought in, remember like they had an expansion a little while ago with different and unique deployment types and secondary objectives? I forgot what the expansion was called. He used a couple of them, and this is one of them. This is dominating the field. We'll get to that.
Yes, I funnily enough, I just played this in the online tournament, the Brave New World, and I have some opinions about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about my list. I think this is a really fun list. I went with the Saurian Ancient character light list, so no big alpha Carnosaur, no Anorarch mage in a bunker. My only character is the Skink Veteran with the magic bow. He also has carved tablet, so he has a bound magic missile, and Master Strategist, so the unit is Feigned Flight. 2 blocks of Skamans, big blocks with Legion Standard. 2 units of 12 Hunters, just chaff. The good old trusty 3 Thyroscutus herd with magnetic great bows. 3 Caimans with the wizard upgrade. This is my leadership bubble, or the biggest leadership bubble. This is the only thing in the army that has leadership 8, or discipline 8, sorry. 15 Rappers with corrosive spitters. 2 times Ted Tegu with both with the wizard upgrade. A unit of Pterodons with the wizard upgrade. 2 Salamanders. 14 Gorilla with magnetic bows. And the Taurosaur with the monolith of Vitalism, which is my big BSB bubble.
Got it. Cool. I love it.
I was hoping
no
for
Titanopod.
No Titanopod. Titanopod's awesome, and I love the model, and I love the idea, and it's a halfway decent model, but just like For the points, I'd rather just have a Taurosaur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Doesn't feel very good, but yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 champion Enclave wizards. So I channel 4 and I have 8 spells. I think that's. I've realized at this tournament I really like this magic setup. I don't need no Anararch. That's what I'm thinking.
No gods, no kings.
And then it's just I went as much shooting as I can. The Thyroscutus Herd shoot. The Raptor pack has the Spitters. The Tegu Mystics have thrown weapons. The Pterodons drop rocks. The Salamanders obviously spit. Magnetic bows on the gorillas. I went shooting heavy because I wanted to play a shooty lift. And this is basically, you're getting close to the old school skink cloud list. It's running up, shooting, running away, running up, shooting, running away. And I have 2 feigned flight units. The skink gorillas with the character in it and the pterodons.
Yeah, okay. I dig it. I think the Tegu Mystics are a decent one to repeat because they have a pretty good variety of spells, right?
They can choose 2 spells from like 6 or 7 or 8 maybe.
Yeah, they have like they're like one of the best enclaves or like conclave style, selections I think out there. So that's cool.
Yeah, all the other conclaves have only or enclaves only have 3 spell choices, so you can't really take them twice and then double up on one spell. But the mystics you can. And I think their thrown weapons are fun. They're strength 4 AP 1 thrown weapons. They're pretty good.
Yeah. I think people don't really think about them, but they're a great kind of like backline control piece because you can't just hop like a chaff style or medium style unit into a zone that they can shoot at because that's just a boatload of shots, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with 2.
Yep. So I got rolled into Rob. Just a note here, Rob, he's a brand new player. He played 8th edition, but he hasn't played a single game of 9th, so it's been years.
Okay.
But it was very fun. It was kind of last minute, like, hey, let's play, let's have fun, let's go for it. And he said he literally just threw together this list of the models he had. So it's a bit interesting. He's gotten an Adept on Cosmology, a High Prince on a horse. On the Huntsman, I'm sorry.
Just on foot.
Yeah, just on foot. He's got a Commander heavy armor on foot, also with Cleansing Light, Potion of Strength. He's got a block of 9 Lancers, 4x5 Reavers, 10 Archers, 21 Lion Guard, 20 Flame Wardens, 5 Knights of Rima, double Frost Phoenix, Sword Masters, and an Eagle. So it's a little bit of everything.
Does he not have a BSB?
He does not have a BSB. He didn't really realize that BSBs were a thing in 9th Age.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of everything list. I realized going into it, it's going to be an easier game for me, but it was still fun. Rob was a great opponent. He was a really cool guy. I think he had a beautiful army too. You'll see that in a second. But yeah, it was a casual game, to be honest. Round 1 casual game. But let's talk about dominating the field. This is really interesting. So there's the table's chopped up into quarters. The person who chose the table side gets to choose one of those quarters, and the opposite quarter is the enemy's deployment zone. And then a 10-inch radius from the center is you can't be deployed in. So I don't know like actual like geometry about it. If like this little pointy corner to this little pointy corner, what the minimum distance you can get to your opponent is, but it's less than 20 inches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, if you get a scoring unit into your opponent's deployment zone, it's 3 points. If you get into one of the side ones, it's 2 points, and if your own deployment, it's 1 point. But if a scoring unit is in that center circle, it's 0 points. So it's kind of like Breakthrough, but kind of not. I briefly looked through all those like the different deployment zones. I think there's some better ones. but it's still interesting to play. I've never played it before. Now, so you said you had thoughts about this. Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, I think the biggest impact of this is the size and shape of the deployment zones, because you know, if you think about, like, your army has two really large, deep blocks, right, and kind of lots of large footprint units, overall monsters, etc. And this sort of, especially with some boards, like I was just watching a game where somebody had an impassable literally dead center in their deployment quadrant, right? Or in mine, I had a house that took up literally the entire, like, one entire flank of my deployment zone, right? Yeah. And so I think that one thing I like about that is I think that it makes the winning of sides like significantly more valuable than it is in your average game.
Yeah, in most games, first turn is much more valuable, but that makes winning sides maybe equally as valuable.
I think it depends on the board, but like take for example, like, your average ONG army right now has got like 4 horde units in it, right, or something like that, and a bunch of chariot units and monsters and everything like that. Like, if you have an impassable in the middle of your deployment zone, like, I'm not even sure that you could deploy an army like that in that quadrant.
Is there actually a rule for that? If you can't fit your whole army in the board, like the unit's destroyed or something? I think there's an actual rule about that.
Yeah, I think there is an actual rule for that. So I like that aspect of it. What I think is a little bit challenging with it is it makes that, like, that kind of list construction very skewed for this one deployment, right? So you would essentially say, like, I can't take a lot of bodies in this one because of this deployment, which is weird. Like, flags makes people avoid spamming scoring units, right? But, like, in general, it doesn't have an enormous impact on list construction, right? I think this actually does have a pretty big impact on list construction. It much more heavily skews towards lots of small units that are really, really maneuverable, and some armies just can't play that style. But anyways, yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a good mental case. I can definitely tell you that this was one of the few times where I've been like, shoot, I lost the roll to pick.
It's true. I mean, I agree with you, because I think more deployment types or possible future secondary objectives need to address that, because in the overwhelming majority of the games, first turn is more important.
Right, absolutely.
All right, let's get into the game. So, he chose sides.
Or
what was that?
Oh, this is after Vanguards. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's after Vanguards. He chose sides. I dropped everything to go first. So I've got.
Oh, his army is really pretty.
Yeah, well, cool. I've got some close-ups. He said this is all from an 8th edition. He hasn't taken it out of the closet in a long time. It was really good.
Awesome.
My deployment: Raptors on the left. Sorry, they are not painted. The skinks hunt. The skink gorillas with the skink character that Vanguard at 4 right here in the blue. My salamanders are actually little skink fire dancers. I love these models.
I love those models. So cool.
My Skaman block, my Taurosaur BSB in the center with some hunters in front of them. Thyroscutus is on the front line to shoot through these Highborn Elves. I think my list is a good match against these Highborn Elves. Plus, it's an inexperienced player, so yeah. The Elders behind them, 1 unit of Mystics with hunters in front of them, and a Vanguarded Pterodons. Another Skaman unit, and my other unit of Mystics. On his side, he's got Reavers, the Frosty and the Eagle Way in the back there. He's got his Flame Wardens, Behind them are the regular archers, and next to them are the sword masters, followed by the white lions, followed by his silver helms, and then in front of them is the what are they called again? Raimonites.
Right. Yep.
And then on the right side, there's 2 more units of reavers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You have an idea of where his characters are?
they're
Assuming-
one of them was
I'm assuming
definitely
the prince is in the there's a guy right there in the front of the Phoenix or the Flame Wardens, I guess, and then I'm guessing the Lion Prince is in the
with the banner.
yeah there he is. I'm right there, yeah.
And then I'm
there
pretty
you
sure
go.
his wizard. Yeah, if I remember correctly, his wizard was on a horse and was in the silver helm unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my turn 1, I basically move up, get within 18 inches, and start shooting.
Yeah.
And I basically create a battle line here. It's basically a diagonal line with the pivot point being the house here. And I start shooting. It's nothing too exciting. Let me go over my spells, actually. I actually got them right here.
Yeah.
So Master of Earth Life Finds a Way on this Mystic unit. On the Pterodons.
I don't think the Mystics
you're right. On the
Master-
Pterodons. On the Life Finds a Way, Master of Earth on the Pterodons. Awaken the Beast, Ancestral Aid on these Thyros. I mean, these Mystics. These Mystics have Silver Spike and Know Thy Enemy. The Elders have Healing Waters and Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
And then way over there, I can't remember. I think it's the bound spell that the character has is double Master of Earth.
Ah, right. Okay.
So what I wanted out of this magic phase was have a bunch of buffs, which is kind of easy to do with Saurian Ancients, but I wanted at least 3 magic missiles. So I've got double, in this list, I've got double Master of Earth and Silver Spike.
Yeah. No, it's a nice, that Carved Wisdom has such a great,
It's versatile.
like,
And you're facing,
Yui.
you're facing a heavy armor list, and it's like, oh man, Molten Copper, wonderful. Yeah.
Silver Spike, then from the Mystics, great missile profile there against an armor list, and then Fate's Judgment, amazing against sun stuff, and like Master of Earth, always great. Touch of the Reaper, if you've got some good, targets. Interesting. I like it.
In the shooting phase, I just start peeling off I peeled off a rank off of the Lion Guard. And I think that's it. And then I kill 1 unit of Reavers on the left. That's gone.
Yep. He's got 3 left.
What he does is he just advances at me. He doesn't go into the ruins here in the center. But it's all coming toward me. The magic phase doesn't do anything because he only has 2 spells.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's make this a quick battle report. In my turn, I sneak up everywhere. I throw Chaff out in the center here. I give him a long charge into the Thyroscutus herd, but I think it's okay because I just want to sit there and continue to shoot at him because he's not in cover right
with
now.
the lion. That's they'll eat that.
I know.
With the lions, you gave him the charge, or
Yeah, it's a 12 on dice, but I just wanted to shoot. I needed to shoot with these guys and whittle down his ranks. Yeah, and I just start swarming him all around. I'm dancing around the house with these mystics in the back rank. I continue to shoot.
Cool.
So in his turn, he goes for the long charge with the lions and makes it. Damn it.
Oh.
But he is, with all the shooting I did, plus going through the ruins, he's down to 1 rank plus 2 guys.
Okay.
It's still enough to kill those Thyros, but I'm okay with it. I basically clear out everything in the top. The other Reavers are gone. I killed another unit of Reavers. All the Reavers are dying off. Oh, I think I killed all but 1 of the Reaver unit at the top, and the single Reaver is hiding behind this tree right here.
There he is. Yep.
And he goes for a charge with the Frost Phoenix into my Taurosaur.
Okay.
I actually didn't see that one. He did. I was like, oh, wow. Brings his chaff up. He really didn't need to, but he brought his chaff up anyway. I fled from a couple charges. The pterodons are over here. I killed those. No, my first target was the sword masters, which are just dead. That's
Wiped
why.
them. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there somebody into your skink bunker too? Is that the great eagle there that's in it? Or
No,
is he chat?
So I've got the skink bunner. I've got the gorillas with magnetic bows, which he did charge into them. He's into them, and I thought I would stand and shoot with the bows, and I only did like 1 wound. I thought I was going to kill the bird, but he gets in. Yeah,
coming for strategist there.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then he takes both the flame wardens and his Frost Phoenix into the chaff piece here.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
So my turn.
Did you think about fleeing with the Taurosaurs, or if it was really a double 6, then I guess maybe it's probably not worth
with the
doing.
Thyroscutuses?
Yeah, sorry.
They can't flee. They're fearless.
Are they still parry or?
No, they lost parry. They're only a 2-up armor save, but they still have 5 wounds. Fearless.
But not stubborn.
Not stubborn.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a little while since I faced them after they got.
Yeah, they've changed like
Thunderbird.
3 times, so don't worry about it. Yeah, it's no hard feelings. So in combat, you guessed it correctly. Those Lion Guard go straight through the the Thyroscutuses.
Especially if they have the prince in there. That's yeah.
So this combat goes pretty well for me. The Taurosaur versus the Frost Phoenix. He takes 4 wounds. I take 2.
Okay. You count down. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after he blows up my chaff here, he turns his flame wardens toward the center of the board, and I'm like, raptors into the flank of flame wardens, because I'm gonna have rank bonus. I was like, this is a fun
You're
game.
not light troop.
They're not. Raptors are not light troops. So I'm gonna break his steadfast. I'm gonna break. I just have to win the round of combat, and he has what, 4 attacks into me, 3 attacks into me.
Maybe. Yeah. And you get to breath too, right?
I think I use it already, but in theory I would. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I go for it. I'm like,
I thought, don't they have the thing where each model can breath once per game, or did they get rid of it?
So like the wording for it's completely confusing. It's one breath weapon. It's one breath weapon for the unit, but any model in the unit can shoot that breath weapon.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a pretty big nerf. Okay. Yeah. But fair enough. Okay.
It's worded very poorly, but I talked about it with some really good players, and it's one breath weapon per game.
Got it. And do you have the overrun into the Phoenix if you break those wardens?
I think I do. That was part of my thought. Yeah.
Then coming in hot. All right.
Continuing to move around. I forgot. I think he overran into. Yeah, he did overrun into my elders here.
Yeah.
Which is a much better fight for me.
Yeah, that's not so bad. He just doesn't have the attack volume to really finish those elders off, and you will smoke those lions in return. The prince makes it a little dicey, but yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens. In his turn, in combat, I lose combat. Or I win combat. I think I win by 2, so he's on a 6. Passes it. No, it was something even lower. It was like a 4 or 5. He passes the stick and he passes the reform. I'm like, damn it.
Charge, flank, big flank. You must have done, because he didn't do any wounds to you, so you must have done no wounds.
Yeah,
I did 0. Oh, brutal. That's brutal. Okay, fair enough.
It was pretty bad.
They're flame wardens.
I feel, but I think in a regular situation that was a good move, and it should have broken them.
Totally. Yeah. I'd take that all day for sure.
So in his turn, and then in my turn, I get lucky. He rolls poorly, and then I roll well. I wipe the Lion Guard with my elders, and I only take 3 wounds in return.
Looks like you had a buff up.
I had something in there. Oh, it was the hereditary. So it was I had a 5-up fortitude.
Okay.
And then they're sitting there, and he takes the charge in with the Frosty.
Wait, what happened with the eagle and the skinks?
Oh, the skinks won.
Oh, they did. Okay.
The character killed him. Yeah, I think he had 1 wound left, and the character just got him.
Okay. I was gonna say this is the most epic combat of the game. All right.
So he takes a couple charges with his lance unit and the Ryman Knights. I flee from everything. I think both my skink gorillas and the mystics are way over here and behind my lines here. He takes his reavers into my skink block, which is obviously not the right move, but and he takes that single reaver still alive and puts it in the rear of the raptors, which is funny.
Oh yeah.
My salamander's last turn flamed up his archers and killed all but 1. That's pretty funny, but he sticks. Okay. He sticks around from the panic. Okay. So in my turn, the Taurosaur finishes off that Frosty. I think that was 3 or 4 rounds of combat. He wins, which is cool. The combat with the Frosty with the elders, I think I lose combat, but not by a whole lot, and I flee, and he rolls low, rolls like a 2 or something to pursue.
Okay.
So I'm here now. Funny thing is, up here, he does really well, but I also do really well in the combat, and he ends up losing. It was completely
you lost
backwards.
11 raptors, and he still lost?
Yeah.
How is... Whoa, okay, that's weird.
It was, I think,
I
actually, to be honest, I think the last combat I forgot to take off models. He had taken a few off in the first round.
Oh, okay. So you got him on res. Okay, got it. Yeah, those wardens, I mean, I like them, but the damage output is just...
The damage output's not there, but and there's with that 4-up Aegis, it's just so good.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right.
Yeah, and then it's a bunch of cleanup after this. He's just kind of, we're both kind of done with the game. We're having fun just doing stuff. He charges with both what's left of the Rima and what's left of the Flame Wardens and what's left of his Knights into my skink block through the ruins. I basically end the game clearing up everything. And I think this Frosty I killed with shooting and magic. Oh, no, that's what it was. I think I killed him in combat, and then he's back here with 1 wound. He rebirthed himself. That's what happened.
Yep. Makes
and
sense.
Then they're way back here because after combat they fled from the charge from the Rimas. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah, and Rob, we had a great game. I tabled him. He took off some of my stuff. It ends up being an 18 for me.
Okay. Got it.
So, after this first game, I'm feeling really good about my list. I mean, even though it was an inexperienced player, we had a great time. I felt really good about my shooting and my magic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I won secondary because I think this unit was not in the center. Was in basically I tabled him, so it doesn't really matter.
I think you won secondary because he doesn't have any units on board. Yeah.
Any thoughts on deployment?
Again, it's tough, right? Because that house on the right disrupts you. You can't really advance that direction. That being said, I think your plan where you kind of move up and then multi-flee, come back, shoot a bunch, flee again, right? And then you've got those 2 big blocks. I think he just doesn't have the damage output. I think that if he, the one part of his army that I think he kind of misused a little bit is the Phoenixes, because what they could do is they could come around behind you, right, and make that double flee maneuver not work for him. So I think that would have been. I would have liked to have seen the Frosties kind of come out around the flanks early, so to create that zone. But as far as your deployment, I think you're not like, you don't really have a lot of options. Like your other option would have been to basically like deploy in the back, which I don't think you need to do.
I can't castle.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it looked good. You got the big units anchoring the sides, which I'm guessing is kind of a typical deployment for you. And yeah, looks good. Shame about the Raptors, but I guess they ultimately
it was a fun
job.
experiment. And that's what's cool about the Raptors is everyone assumes they're a light troop or something like that, but they're not. They're just a regular non-scoring troop, so they can break steadfast, they can go for long charges in the flanks. I think they're a really fun unit. But
they're
anyway,
2 attack, strength 4,
2 attack, strength 4, AP 2.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
And they're poison. And they're poison when I give them the Corrosive Spitter upgrade.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
15. Yeah, I like that. And I bet that unit's pretty cheap too, because I don't think anybody takes it.
Yeah, and then, you throw on either Ancestral Aid or Know Thy Enemy on them to help them hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do some. Yeah. Cool. Yeah,
All
good
right.
win, man. Good start.
Good start to the tournament.
Spoiler of who you're facing in round 2.
Oh, you will see me. You'll see who I get in round 2. It's exciting. It's an exciting game. But anyway,
I know who you got in round 2. It is an exciting game. I'm looking forward to that one.
thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Thanks everybody.